Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Phil at the Movies. I'm your host, Phil Walsh, and this is episode number 111 of this ongoing podcast that is for the love of movies. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in each week and hearing what I have to say on movies and cinema alike. Whether you are listening to this as a podcast or watching it on YouTube, welcome back, and as always, thank you for your support. Now, today I'm going to be talking briefly about The Fall Guy. This movie is a funny, wild, and absolutely thrilling time at the movies, and I almost missed it, and I'm glad that I was able to catch it. It opened a few weeks ago, and it was actually heralded as the first major summer blockbuster of the year. Got rave reviews in the early spring, and many expected it to quite literally take off when it opened at the beginning of the month. And while it has had a so far respectable run, it has not been setting the box office charts on fire. And frankly, I think that is a shame. Now, again, to each his own, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but this film is a wild ride. It's absolutely funny, and Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt are perfect in it. The movie is a throwback to the big budget popcorn flicks of yesteryear, while also being a beautiful love letter to the stunt community, who are, frankly, the professionals who are the unsung heroes of the movie business. Now, as I said, Gosling and Blunt are dynamic in this film. They have terrific chemistry and give the movie heart and momentum. Gosling is wonderful. I mean, last year was really a great time for him with his role in Barbie, and he is just kicking it up a notch in this film. He's back in all his glory. He's playing a character who's both a renegade and a romantic at heart. And Emily Blunt, she is charming. She is captivating as a would-be director in the movie, and the film just hits its marks perfectly every single beat. There's high octane explosions, fights that literally pack a punch, and a story that is filled with clever and hilarious twists and turns that keep you engaged and laughing all the way. Now, the movie draws its inspiration from the 1980s TV show of the same name, and the premise of it is a stuntman who gets caught up in a bunch of adventures and almost becomes like a would-be detective, if you will. The film itself draws loosely from the TV show. There are similar character names, like Ryan Gosling's Colt Stevens and Emily Blunt's Jodie, but that's pretty much where the similarities, and this is sort of its own unique spin on this TV show that many people may not have known about from back in the 1980s. But the film itself has a lot of heart, and the action is pulse. The film is heavy action, but it's never over the top. It's never in your face to the point that you're like, all right, stop. Let's have a breather. There's the right balance in this film, and I love that it is taking a stuntman in Gosling's character and putting him as the central focus in the movie. It's a wonderful way of sort of highlighting the unsung heroes of the action movie and making the character the central headliner, if you will, for all of the film's adventure and excitement. Now, the story itself finds Gosling's character named Colt Stevens hurt on the job of a movie set, and now 1 year later finds himself called back into action to find a missing movie star. But of course, there's more at stake. What follows is murder, a cover up, shootouts, explosions, and charming hilarity all the way through. The Fall Guy left me with the biggest smile on my face, and I'm glad I did not miss this one while it was playing in theaters. And I would say if you've missed this film or you're on the fence about whether or not to see it, I say go see it because it is the perfect summer popcorn flick. And with the dazzling scenes and the over the top but somehow perfectly balanced special effects, it deserves to have all eyes locked on it as it plays on the big screen. And of course, anyone who's listened to this show before knows I am a big proponent of seeing movies on the big screen. There is nothing that can be replicated in the home setting, no matter the setup that you have. So I say go see The Fall Guy. It's a perfect movie for the summer. Great movie to go see with family, friends, take a date, if you will. You'll have a great time. And on that note, that does it for me today. Want to thank you as always for tuning into the show. For next Friday, I will be reviewing Mad Max Fury Road. That, of course, is in anticipation for Furiosa, which also opens next Friday, and I'll be covering that movie in a few weeks from now. But that does it for today. I'll be back next week, and we will certainly do this all over again for the love of movies.